Let's go! Kansas City loses the best game of the NFL season. Comment below, are the Chiefs in real danger of missing the playoffs? I want to start off with something that these two make look so easy. It is a true screen and roll. It was the first ever real viral film study that we did, how the Chiefs are able to do this. So look when Mahomes is actually throwing this ball to Kelce. You're thinking he is throwing this football to Hollywood Brown, but he's actually throwing this to Trav. It's really, really, really sexy stuff. They just make it look so daggum easy. It's ridiculous. And you start off here with the Chiefs looking like one of the best offenses in the NFL. My goodness gracious. You know, when you were watching this, it felt like it was going to be one of those Mahomes magic type of nights. Okay? Lots of pressure through that B gap. Actually, no, the protection here is ridiculously good. 76 throws Eric Armstead out the daggum club. Creed Humphrey's helmet is off. And Mahomes with a floating jump pass. Look at this. Boom! He just comes up with new ways to play the game of tackle football every single day. Alrighty, the truth was the favorable whistle went in favor of the Jaguars, okay? This was Mahomes' only early incompletion where Kelce was pulled, but you don't get the flag. So the Chiefs really don't have a run game. Last year, they had a very effective run game that wasn't quite explosive, but they were able to get a good 6-7 yards almost every single time. Now they're running this reverse. It was the first play of the Bills game last year, and it gets Xavier the football in space. That's a really good block by Travis Kelce down the field, and you pick up a first down. This could have been finished a little bit better right here by Worthy. Cut up vertically, right? If you cut back here, we don't know if he's making this tackle, but he kind of just goes out of bounds. And this was the run game that we are referencing, right? Can you get back to getting that 6-7 to like 11 to 12 yard run game going like Kansas City just did year in and year out, or game in and game out last year? Look at this double team on the defensive tackle. It's ridiculously good stuff. That's why Creed Humphrey is considered to be the best center in the NFL. And you get a really nice gain on first down. Pacheco is there breaking tackles. You'll love to see it. You get some more Mahomes magic on this 3rd and 9. You get a little unlucky that the snap was simultaneous of the blitzer flying down. You have a DT backing out. You have another DT backing out. And it does not get sorted out here to the right side. I would like to see Hunt see that this blitzer is coming through and you pick him up. But what happens here is Smith allows the safety to come through the A gap untouched, basically. And then 42 is able to come through the B gap untouched. So you're in a lot of trouble here. You are in a lot of trouble. But what does Mahomes do? Okay, he reads this pretty well. The actual throw. This is really good stuff from Patrick Mahomes. He knows more than likely that this safety is going to be matched up on Xavier Worthy. And if that's the case, you do have man-to-man Tyquan Thornton at a leverage advantage here on the deep post. So what Mahomes does is he sees the safety fly down here on Xavier Worthy, so he knows that this deep ball to Thornton is going to be open. And while he gets absolutely mauled, look at where he ends up placing this football. It is absolutely positively catchable, right? A perfect throw leads him into the end zone, of course, but it's still ridiculously good football right there. I said the favorable whistle went in favor of the Jaguars. Well, this was a call that was overturned in favor of the Chiefs. It could be a big conversation point for a different day. The little rub right there. Alrighty, I need more energy from you. Yes, look at me. I'm looking at you down here. Please hit that subscribe button, like, all the good stuff. And we get to here. All right? God, man, this is just ridiculously good stuff. Again, for Mahomes, you're bringing blitzes here. Mahomes plays with more anticipation than basically anybody in the NFL. And he's releasing this football. And because he releases it so quick, it gives Hollywood that much more time to do what he does here. This is nasty, Hollywood Brown. You're leaving jockstraps on the field when you do stuff like that. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And guess what? He's turning upfield for a big gain. makes 3 guys miss. You have Jaguars falling all over the place. And then, my goodness gracious, I could just do a film study and end it on these first couple of drives. So you had this little spin out, and then you have a deep over from Tyquan Thornton being run. All right. So Mahomes, once again, has all day to throw. It was a rush 3, drop 8 after the play action fake. He's just telling everyone where to go. He steps up into this pocket. Obviously, he is the most difficult quarterback in the NFL to sack. And while he's running, once again, footwork really doesn't matter to Mahomes. Boom. It's ridiculously good stuff right there to Thornton. And then, are you kidding me? A Houdini act. A sleight of hand. Somebody call him David Blaine. What a play right here from Patrick Mahomes. He sees that this end is crashing down. The thing that sets this up is that you're able to get a few nice runs with Pacheco. You're able to get movement on these defensive tackles, and the safety is filling in to help on the run with Pacheco. And guess what? He's waltzing into the end zone untouched. Look at that. The only thing I would say is I would, in this economy, never let the football go that quickly past the goal line. But it is what it is. Alrighty, let's jump ahead to this 3rd and 2. This is pretty straightforward. You start off looking to the right. You're trying to run, once again, a rub here, and they have Kelce in a phone booth. Mahomes works backside, and he finds Hollywood Brown open, and look at that. Boom. Okay? Now, what's interesting about this is you could see that there was a bit of a miscommunication. I would think that Hollywood would just sit right here knowing that he's that open, but you could see at the last second, he's deciding to move forward, and this ball was a wobbler. He's still able to make the catch and run into the DB. Biggest defensive play of the season right here, okay? A 14-point swing, if you will. So going into the game, you have to know if the Chiefs are on the hash that they are going to run this play. It's pretty simple. You're running inside route here, and then you have Kelce trailing it from behind. And what I think happened here is that the Jaguars baited Mahomes into throwing this football into Juju Smith-Schuster, which obviously turned into a pick 6. So Mahomes seeing this is thinking, hey, they got 3 guys to guard these 3. There's no way that they're going to be able to guard it. And normally this ball is designed to go to Kelce. But from the backside, the Jaguars have 2 backers bailing out into coverage in this direction, one of which is Devin Lloyd, who's arguably been the best linebacker in the NFL this season. And Mahomes sees that Juju Smith-Schuster is wide open. The only problem here is Devin Lloyd is running full speed in that direction. So, if Mahomes throws this to Travis Kelce, this is probably a touchdown. But since Juju was so wide open, Mahomes elects to throw it to him, and now you're going the other way, okay? All right, so now, this is where it gets interesting. Kelce, who's normally really good at making tackles after the pick, this is a really tough play, isn't able to make the play. And now, you really just need to bring him down. I don't care if it's a penalty. Mahomes does the right thing here, makes him cut to the inside. Now, someone just needs to run him down. Xavier Worthy, I don't think, was on the field. So, if you're Kareem Hunt, I am horse collaring, face masking, doing whatever it takes to bring Devin Lloyd down, and he can't do it, okay? So now you're in a world of trouble, and the only guy who could really bring him down here is Juju Smith-Schuster, or look at this hustle right here from Tyquan Thornton. Now, at the end of this, Hines Allen does a good job getting just a piece of Tyquan. Obviously, you can't crush him, and Tyquan elects to go for the strip. In this spot, you just need to bring him down, okay? Just bring him down. Don't go for the strip, because a strip really doesn't hold too much value here, right? You're getting the football back if you are able to pop it out, but at the same time, you're getting the football back on your own 7-yard line. So this right here could have been a 3-point tackle. Just bring him down. he doesn't bring him down. He's trying to strip it, and he falls down. Okay? Just not a smart football play. Good hustle. Look at this play. Really good design. You're really selling this play action fake. And then guess what? Kelce on this shallow drag over, whatever you want to call it. It's just so tough to stop when he's coming from the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. Boom. Okay, hits him right between the 8 and the 7, and you pick up a massive gain. And then once again, Creed Humphrey, God, he had such a good game. He had such a good game. All right, no worse sight in the NFL than Mahomes with the football and a chance to go win the game in the fourth quarter. So much chaos happening. And look at this. Lloyd loses contained. This is a really good job by the left tackle. Hey, you're going to do that? Let's just give Mahomes all this room to run. And once again, we obviously would prefer him throwing instead of running. But if you're going to give up all these free yards, you just got to take them every single time. So there was a nice little check down to Juju Smith-Schuster, and then we get to this. Are you kidding me, Patrick Mahomes? You could make, and I'm going to go ahead and share my hot take. Yeah, they're 2-3, but you can make a case that Mahomes is the MVP. All right, so Mason Smith, who I don't know personally, but I know quite a few people around him, has a chance to make a sack, and he couldn't quite bring him down, okay? Would have been a huge play for Mason's career. But now, Patrick Mahomes does what really only a few could do, and he picks up the first down. Wow. When we get to here, it was a really nice day for Travis Kelce at this stage of his career. Obviously, he's never going to be what he used to be, but 7 catches, 61 yards, and a tutty. And once again, Mahomes just dots him right in between the zone coverage defenders. All right. This is really good defense, but even better offense. So one of the Chiefs' go-to plays in the red zone of the Worthy era is split zoning him and getting the football to him in the flat, okay? And then obviously when Travis Kelce is blocking like this, you always have to worry about him turning around and Mahomes just throwing it underneath. And guess what? The Jaguars have both of these covered, okay? Lloyd on the blitz causes a lot of displacement. This was a good job by 90. Getting physical with Worthy right here. This is not a throw Mahomes could make to Kelce. So what happens? Well, you'll see here that pre-snap, there's also a deep over attached to it from Mr. Hollywood Brown, who had some nice plays in this game in his own right. And then, of course, Hollywood makes a really beautiful, intricate toe tap like a balla freaking arena. Look at this throw right here. And you could see Mahomes pumped it a few times to wait for Hollywood to get as open as he could. And wow. Alrighty, so I was overall really impressed with Mahomes in this game. Was there a 99-yard pick six? Yes, and obviously Patrick, the competitor that he is, he knows that that is going to haunt him for the rest of the season because the Chiefs should have won this game. They were the better team in this game. They were the better team in the first half. They did outgain the Jaguars by quite a bit, averaging a whopping 7.6 yards per play. But the truth is, the Jaguars just made the miracle plays. And if we're being honest, there is a Hall of Famer on this Chiefs team that is just not playing hard right now, which is even wild to even consider. If you want to see what I am talking about, that video will be floating in your face pretty soon. Okay, so we get to the Hail Mary, and I've seen a few conversations about this on Twitter, that Mahomes, who has this bazooka of an arm, couldn't get this into the end zone. Okay, now, as you can see, they are giving him a clear runway to really uncork this bad boy, okay? And Mahomes is stepping into this foot right on his own 20-yard line. He's tired. He's been running all game. Where does this ball actually land? So we're already 30 yards in the air. Now we are 60 yards in the air with this ball, landing about at the 20, 65-ish. Could Mahomes, fresher, have got this to the end zone? Maybe so. If Hollywood makes that catch, he's definitely able to get it into the end zone. But the dude still has a bazooka. I can't believe this has even been a debate. So comment below your thoughts, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! Tonight we are doing chicken.